Today I thought we could have a quiet little decorating session together. Not in a rush or overwhelming way, but in the kind of way professional decorators often approach a home. Slowly, thoughtfully, and paying attention to how a room feels emotionally. Because beautiful homes are rarely created all at once. They are layered carefully over time. And honestly, some of the most elegant homes are not the most expensive ones. They are simply the homes where someone paid attention. Attention to lighting, texture, comfort, flow, warmth, and emotion. Today, I want to walk through a professional decorating mindset with you. Almost like we're sitting together, styling a room step by step. And by the end of this video, I hope you feel inspired to look at your own home differently. Not with pressure, but with fresh eyes. Let's begin our little design session together. First, let's start with the feeling of the room. Welcome to Fabby John's, the joy of decorating. Whenever designers begin a room, they usually do not start with decor. They start with atmosphere. Before anything else, you need to ask yourself, how should this room feel? Because a room can be visually beautiful and still feel emotionally uncomfortable. Some rooms feel peaceful instantly. Others feel overstimulating without us fully realizing why. So during this design session, let's imagine we're decorating a living room together. Before choosing furniture, we decide the emotional direction. Do we want calmness, warmth, elegance, softness, or comfort? That emotional vision becomes the foundation for every decorating choice afterward. Professional decorating is emotional storytelling. Remove visual clutter first. One of the first things many professional stylists do is remove everything. Not add, but remove. Because clutter competes for attention, and visual overwhelm quietly affects how a home feels. So during this design session, I would first begin editing the room. I'd remove excess decor, tiny distracting objects, crowded surfaces, unnecessary furniture, things that visually create tension. And immediately, the room begins to breathe again. This is something luxury interiors understand very well. Calmness often comes from restraint, not excess. Lighting is part of the emotion. Now let's talk about lighting, because honestly, lighting does change everything. Professionally decorated homes almost always use layered lighting. Instead of relying only on a ceiling fixture, they create softness throughout the room. With warm table lamps, candles, sconces, floor lamps, dim lighting in the evening, this all creates atmosphere. And lighting is emotional. It affects comfort, mood, stress levels, warmth, even how colors appear. And one of the quickest ways to elevate a room is simply softening the lighting. Sometimes a room doesn't need new furniture. It simply needs better light. Now let's talk about scale. Very important. Now, as we continue styling this room together, we need to think about scale. This is something designers constantly pay attention to because even beautiful furniture can feel off when the proportions are wrong. For example, rugs that are too small, artwork hung too low, tiny lamps beside large furniture, short curtains. Scale creates visual harmony. Professional decorators usually choose larger rugs, taller curtains, oversized artwork, fuller lighting, substantial pieces. And this instantly makes the room feel more elevated and intentional. One designer trick I love is hanging curtains higher and wider than the window. It makes the ceiling feel taller and the room feel much more luxurious. Texture makes the home feel richer. Now our room is beginning to feel calmer, but still needs depth. And depth comes from texture. This is one of the biggest professional decorating secrets. Beautiful homes layer texture constantly. Think about linen, wood, woven materials, soft cotton, stone, velvet, ceramics, glass. Texture creates warmth without needing too much color, especially in neutral homes. This is why quiet luxury interiors feel so beautiful. The richness comes from materials, not clutter. So during this design session, I'll begin by layering a soft throw, texture pillows, natural wood tones, woven baskets, and soft drapery. And suddenly, the room begins feeling alive. Create visual balance. Professional decorating is often about balance. Too much symmetry can feel stiff. Too much randomness can feel chaotic. Designers create a gentle balance. Maybe use a tall lamp on one side table, a lower object on the other. A soft curve beside a structural chair. Dark accents balanced with lighter tones. The eye moves comfortably through the room, and that's the goal. A home should feel visually restful, not overwhelming. Bring in something natural. At this point in our decorating session, the room needs something organic, softens interiors emotionally. Could be olive branches, fresh greenery, wood, linen, stone, flowers, or woven textures. Professional homes almost always include natural elements because they make spaces feel grounded and human. Even one simple vase with branches can completely shift the feeling of a room. Designers style in layers. One mistake many people make is trying to decorate everything all at once. Professionals layer slowly. For example, on a coffee table, use a stack of books, a candle, a small bowl, or something organic. Different heights, different textures, different shapes. The goal is not perfection. The goal is visual rhythm. And the most elegant styling often feels effortless, not overly designed. Beautiful homes feel personal. As our room is coming together, we need personality because truly, beautiful homes feel lived in, not staged. This is where meaningful pieces matter. Things like books you actually read or love to look at, collected objects, family photographs, vintage finds, handmade ceramics, and travel memories. Professional decorators understand something important. A home should reflect a person's life, not just trends, and often the most memorable rooms are the ones with soul. A beautiful home is never really finished. One of the healthiest decorating mindsets is understanding this. A beautiful home evolves. Professional designers constantly adjust, refine, remove, layer, rethink spaces. Your home changes as your life changes, and that's just part of the beauty of decorating. It's a living process, not a race toward perfection. Sometimes the most meaningful homes are the ones slowly created over years with care and intention. I hope this little decorating session inspired you today. Sometimes all we need is to slow down and look at our homes differently. Not asking what else should I buy, but instead asking how do I want my home to feel? Because beauty is emotional, and the homes that stay with us forever usually aren't the most perfect ones. They are the ones that made us feel something. Happy decorating! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and with your help, I know we can do it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!